Oh, hello there, welcome to the next instalment of the Z of Yorkshire and to Station F Part 2. If you've not already watched Part 1, I recommend clicking the card in the top right, and I think it's the right hand corner, I'm not entirely sure, or the link in the description if you don't want any spoilers. But if you've already watched Part 1, well, you've got about 5 seconds if you don't want any spoilers. Okay, so now finally, let's continue where we left off. So to recap, we're talking about another station called Firely Holiday Camp to the south of Firely along the Yorkshire coastline, serving what used to be at the time Britain's fourth Butlins holiday park. With Firely Holiday Camp Station being officially opened on the 10th of May 1947 by the Lord Middleton Lord Lieutenant of the East Riding of Yorkshire. Surprisingly, the station and the line managed to survive the beaching cuts in the 60s, with Firely becoming part of North Yorkshire in 1974. But unfortunately the station was closed for good on the 26th of November 1977, only surviving for 30 years, being outnumbered by the increase in car ownership. But in 1983, the Butlins Holiday Park at Firely was closed for good. Now, staying in the 80s, let's head back to Firely. Now that we're interesting, but in 1985, the station building here at Firely was given a Grade 2 listing, meaning, well, no one can get rid of it. Because in 1988, British Rail were actually planning to get rid of the roof completely here at Firely, and it didn't. As you can see, it's still here, but yes, we'll forgive it. It's got scaffolding and now construction noise. If you do hear that in the background, I do apologise, I can't do what about that. But yeah, it's hard to believe that British Rail would try and get rid of this roof, but luckily it didn't But luckily, it didn't get rid of the roof, but it cost British Rail £450,000 to restore and repair the roof because it was in some bad shape and it needed some repairs. It almost reminds me of the roof at Huddersfield, which looks slightly similar to this, and around that same time actually Huddersfield's roof was a bit broken as well. There's some pictures where you can see it completely wrecked, but yeah. Nice to see they're actually restoring the roof, and I believe it was completed in the late 90s, early 90s, I think about then. I think we're just restoring it now. So I'm wittering here. So let's actually explore some rather interesting things that happened on the Yorkshire coastline throughout the 80s and 90s. So you might be looking at the track and thinking that the whole of the Yorkshire coastline is mainly double track. But that's not entirely the case, because between Firely and Norfolk to Seamer is single track, and it was reduced to single track in 1983 by British Rail to save money, and it is mainly double track down to the next stop, which is Hunbanby. But from Hunbanby it reduces back down through to single track as it passes through Bempton through to Bridlington, where it is then double track all the way down to Hull. So I hope in the future we do redouble the track here to hopefully allow maybe half-hourly frequencies here in the future, but I think you can probably just get away with half-hourly frequency with the current situation here. But I should also mention that the section of the line between Bridlington and Seamer was re-signalled in the early 2000s, and there used to be a signal box to the north of the station, which was closed and I think removed at the same time, and obviously the level crossing was replaced with an automatic version. So yeah, Firely's seen some improvements over the years and obviously receiving a brand new roof. So yeah, let's actually talk about what station frequencies and services Firely gets. So Firely has 2 platforms and receives 2 trains an hour, one in each direction, one heading north to Scarborough and one heading south to Sheffield via Hull and Doncaster along the Yorkshire coastline, and is mainly served by the Class 170 DMUs and maybe some occasional 158s in places, but it's mainly the 170s that run this route. I believe it's just the 158s between Bridlington and Hull, which is quite interesting. But you might not know, but before the May 2019 timetable, Firely used to only just receive 9 trains a day each way. So the current station frequency is a lot better than it used to be. Yes, it used to have just 9 trains a day, and I believe 6 on a Sunday. And it wasn't until, I believe after December 2009, that finally would receive a Sunday service all year round. It did receive a Sunday service in the summer season, but in the winter it received no train service whatsoever. So finally has come a long way in the last 20ish years. So I think it's time to explore the station essentials here at Farnley. And just to save me having to do and set up another shop, we're just going to do one shop. Farnley has step-free access, which is via the level crossing only, so it's a little bit of a long walk round, but it does also have a footbridge at that end, so let's go and check out the level crossing. So yes, it does have a ramp, and it's not particularly the most spacious area, but yeah, it does have a ramp. And I believe there's something actually quite interesting down here, so let's check that out. So one thing I just thought I'd quickly mention, Farnley Station is there, and there is a lovely miniature LNER little train and miniature tracks here at Farnley, which is, I believe, was put in to celebrate the heritage and the railway history here at Farnley when the railway came through and basically made Farnley a lot better. So yeah, that's quite interesting, so let's head back to the station. So Farnley Station has a passenger dot matrix screen, or as I should really refer to it as a passenger information screen. It has a Northern Network map and some station information signage. It has a nice little Farnley sign that's sort of obscured by the scaffolding. It has benches so you can actually sit down and wait for your train. Trains are not very frequent here, so it's nice to see they've got benches here, and they're not rubbish ones. It also has a bin, and you know the cup, and we know the drill with the functionality test. We'll address it's not the recycling bin, but it's a bin and it functions. But an interesting first for the Z of Yorkshire station facilities bingo is toilets at a station. So if you excuse me, I'm just going to go spend a penny. So this platform has the same facilities as the other platform, so let's have a little seat. Because here at Manchester, Victoria, and on I mean Farnley. Yes, I'm going to keep going with that joke, and I know it's bad, so we'll shut up about it. It does have station lighting, which could be a little bit better if I'm going to be truthfully honest, but it does have some station, like normal street lighting poles at the ends of the platform. I think there's like 4 behind you and 2 up there. But one thing interesting here at Farnley, it does actually have a little station cafe, which is a first of the series. I believe there is a ticket machine, but I think we should go over and check out the ticket machine and see if it actually works. Because that's what we've got to do, we've got to make sure it works. Let's go and test it. So Farnley has a footbridge which doesn't quite fit the platform, so it's a little bit weird, but you can actually see the actual original roof here at Farnley, which is sort of above the scaffolding. It's a bit weird to see that the bridge, it's got weird scaffolding, so I'm witchering here. Let's head to the other platform. So Farnley has a ticket machine, and well, this is a first. I think Farnley's doing a lot of firsts in the series. Well, it doesn't work, so we don't need to test it. I think really that's pretty much it for all the station facilities here at Farnley. I believe there is actually a waiting room, but I'm not entirely sure how to get to it. But yeah, I think let's head out of the station and check out what's out there. So Farnley has a nice little station frontage, and it also has a nice car park with a couple of spaces, which is good to see. But yeah, I think that's really it for the station essentials here at Farnley. If I've missed anything, then well, I've missed some stuff. But I think when we're here at Farnley, I think we should head down to the seafront. Yes, that's right. We're not going to be doing the outro here at the station. We're going to go head down to the seafront I think we might get some fish and chips on the way as well, because why not? We're at the seaside, so let's go. So that is it for Station F of the Z of Yorkshire, and well, you can clearly see I am not at a station. I am clearly on the seafront, which everyone likes to come and see the sea when we come to the seaside. But what is the number one rule that you do at the seaside? It's obviously fish and chips. Well, I've gone the chips and the sausage, because why not? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to have these, and then I'll catch you next time at the next station, which is Station G. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, finally there wasn't a help point. It would usually be on the ticket machine, but obviously the ticket machine isn't working, so technically there isn't a help point there. So yeah, that's really it for you from Station F finally on the Yorkshire coast. So until next time, see you later. Stupid that fork. Oh, I forgot to put salt and vinegar on this. You. Oh well. What are you still watching me for?